I'm Peter Debrine. I'm the Senior Project Officer for Sustainable Tourism at UNESCO. Sustainable tourism really brings all the different threads together in terms of benefiting communities, protecting heritage, and also local economic development. In terms of visitor management, for UNESCO, it's very important how visitors move through a destination, but also what they visit and their experience. So we're really concentrating on how we can really improve the visitor experience through visitor management. Our collaboration with the Royal Commission of AlUla really centers on bringing sustainable tourism to the destination, and we're working in various activities to accomplish that. The first and foremost is through visitor management practices, helping them develop a visitor management plan, for instance, but also on interpretation. Interpretation is key for really understanding what you're looking at. I think what we're seeing nowadays with over-tourism is people coming and taking selfies and not really understanding what they're looking at. So we're really concentrating on how we can do that through culture, through heritage, and creativity. Local communities really are the central pillar of our collaboration with RCU, and engaging them in not only the planning and management of tourism, but also the local communities. It offers opportunities for them in terms of jobs and livelihoods. I think with local communities, it's also important, again, looking at how we can enrich that visitor experience. They have that. It's their heritage, and they can understand it and interpret it for us. So it's really important to engage them at all levels through a very broad stakeholder collaboration. Sustainable tourism in AlUla is critical for really defining the destination. AlUla is really in a special place. I mean, it's unique in the sense of its heritage. I mean, the fact that it has a World Heritage Site sort of puts it in that pantheon of places across the world that have outstanding universal value, and you see that throughout the AlUla. It's a very much differentiated itself by it's a cultural landscape, so it's a living heritage. You see that in terms of the local communities, the farmers, the oases, and how those interactions have taken place over centuries and centuries. So it really kind of defines it, and in that sense, I think it really is unique in terms of heritage, but also in terms of how they're developing tourism and how they also see the potential of tourism for AlUla and that community. So it's really an opportunity to build a best practice in terms of sustainable tourism. And how we do that, working with local communities, protecting the heritage, but also looking at how we can enrich the visitor experience with interpretation and different attractions that the visitors can see based on culture and heritage. And also looking at the retail. This is a very important point in terms of having a sense of place of a destination. So looking at things that are being sold, goods and services to tourism, again, it's an opportunity for us to really look at how culture and creativity can influence that and enrich that. And these are the things that we're working on with the Royal Commission of AlUla. Our collaboration is really based on that, building that best practice example from scratch, really. So it's really, I think, a great opportunity for UNESCO and RCU. So our collaboration with RCU is really building that good practice, that model for sustainable tourism and community engagement. And it really can serve as, I think, a model for how tourism is managed into other destinations. I mean, obviously things are very unique to each destination, but there are, I think, some very core things that we're doing in AlUla that can be transferred to other places. So we're really looking at how we can do that going forward. And I think that is really important, and documenting that as a global best practice is one of the goals of the project. I think one of my most memorable experiences in AlUla was when we were in Hegra, the World Heritage Site, and our guide, they're called Rowis, and it was really a very intimate experience because these people are from the local community, and they have lived there for generations and generations, and they bring that to the guiding that they provide. So it was really a really personal touch, and you felt like you really understood it better. So it really was an amazing experience because it was not only the interpretation of the heritage, but it was also a glimpse into their own personal lives and their history.